So wow, what a morning. And we've got even more for you now. I want to talk about the race to reinvent the future. Don't you feel like you're on a race? I do. You might have seen that our theme for Oracle OpenWorld Asia is all around creating your tomorrow today, or creating the tomorrow of your customers for them right now today. And my next few guests are some of the most innovative companies in Asia that are really reinventing business economics, but more importantly, they're reinventing the lives of their customers, and in some cases, really transforming the human experience. So before we kick off, I just wanted to share a quick video with you of one of them you're all going to know and love, I'm pretty sure, and that is Grab. How many of you took a Grab taxi today? Anyone out there? Yeah, a few hands going up. So we're going to be joined in a moment by their Chief Technology Officer for the Grab Financial Services. And I'm also going to be joined by an incredible company you heard Loic talk about yesterday, Applied Precision Medicine. Amazing personalized healthcare, something that's close to all of our hearts. We all know someone who's been affected by a healthcare issue, and it's quite incredible what they're able to do now in the healthcare industry with the help of AI and with the help of data and analytics. And we're also going to be joined by the executive CTO of FWD, an insurance and financial services company who are really reinventing how we experience insurance. Whoever thought of that? They want us to live our life and be the best we can possibly be, and they're helping us with digital experiences to enable that. So let's just take a quick look at Grab, and then I'll invite my guests to join me on stage. Let's roll the video, please.
We're on a journey, a mission. From our first ride back in 2012, we've always aimed for better. To make getting around easier. To create new ways to earn a living. To make transport safer for everyone. And we're just getting started. Every day, we're finding new ways to improve, to outdo, to be better. All this so that we can provide the best experience for you with Grab. And we promise to never stop trying to be better every day.
Great story. Please join me in welcoming Vikas, Amy, and Richard to the stage. Hey, Vikas, good to see you. Amy, thank you so much for joining us. Richard, I'm helping you cross the massive stage here. It's long, isn't it?
Thank you.
Like a little walk for us all, a bit of exercise.
Very good.
So wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us here. We really appreciate it. You're all incredibly busy people, so it's really an honor to have the time to spend with you, and I know our audience are going to enjoy your insights. So Vikas, we just saw the story of Grab, founded in 2012, I think. And you've joined them relatively recently, but you're running CTO and engineering for the Grab Financial Services. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that and some of the challenges you're addressing?
Yeah. So Grab started 7 years back, primarily into ride-hailing, and then we started food delivery, we started logistics, and we have started a number of financial services as well. It started with payments. We are getting into loans, insurance as well, and rewards, payment gateways. So there are multiple businesses that we run. And when you run so many businesses and grow so rapidly, I think the one challenge that you face is that your people, your processes, they stress.
Yeah.
Right? And I think one thing that we are making sure that we address is to make sure that we don't lose the purpose that we stand for. And the purpose is to take Southeast Asia forward, is to drive growth in Southeast Asia.
Right.
And we're doing it through a two-pronged strategy. There are 140 million users who have downloaded our app.
Amazing.
And they use us for everyday needs, whether it's to order grocery or to commute or to pay their bills.
Or carry their pets, I hear.
Yeah.
And if you've got a pet, you can now take that by Grab.
In addition, we have 9 million micro entrepreneurs on our platform.
Incredible.
So we are building an ecosystem where we create income opportunities for a lot of our partners, whether it's driver partners or merchants or agents who are on our platform, and we provide more income opportunities for them.
Fantastic.
So that's what we stand
So it's a
for.
real ecosystem.
Yes.
And I know we were talking earlier about the fact that it's really a question in Southeast Asia of financial inclusion.
Yeah.
And trying to make banking and financial services available to people, who live in very rural areas or can't get access to banking services.
Yeah. So as you know, more than half of the adult population in Southeast Asia is unbanked. If you look at the people who are given loans, it's probably more in 15%. More than 80% people do not have access to loans. And our objective is to target this segment of the population and this customer base. And we intend to provide them loans so that they can grow their businesses. They provide them more income opportunities. If they are ferrying passengers today, maybe they can deliver parcels, they can deliver food, and we can offer them loans. We can actually cover them and their families with insurance. So it's a suite of applications, which is to make sure that we give our partners a platform to grow.
Exactly.
Right? And that's what it is targeted for.
Fantastic. We were talking about this a bit earlier. I mean, to me, it's almost like transforming economies. This is essentially a suite of social services that are enabling communities and families to both grow businesses and then serve their environment as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Amy, let's come to you. So you are the Chief Technology Officer, of the FWD Insurance, part of Pacific Century Group. Do you want to tell us a bit about the founding of FWD and some of the challenges you're facing as you try to grow throughout Asia?
Yeah, as you know, FWD is a newer brand. For the last 6 years, we have grown into the 8th market, but over the weekend, we have just acquired HSBC Takaful in Malaysia.
Fantastic.
So we are in 9 markets now. Probably is the fastest growing company, insurance company in the world, I think. So digital or technology play a very important part, to support the growth and the speed of growth of the company across the region itself. And also because you can see that Asia is so diversified.
Yes.
And insurance, like you say, is a very probably boring and heavy operation type of business. And how you actually leverage on technology to really create the different customer experience, having data, that knowing the customer insight, and also continue to digitize your core.
Right.
As well as the third pillar, which is the most important one, is continue to create the different business model with the customer digitizations, customer requests that coming in, and how you actually innovate in terms of sales, service, and product.
Right.
So that's how our mission to let people feel differently about insurance.
I thought that was so remarkable about what you're doing, this idea, feel differently about insurance and the fact that you're, creating empathy. Sandy Ng, who was here yesterday from IDC, was talking about how companies will differentiate themselves based on their ability to scale empathy. Think about that. And I think you've really achieved that with what you're doing with the digital platform Ready Go that you've launched recently.
Correct. I think probably this afternoon you will hear more about our Ready Go project with Oracle Next. But it's something that is not just insurance. It's just that how the whole ecosystem, how helping people to live life in a healthy way, into the fullest, and how the connectivity will work in today's world. So all those, leveraging on the partnership that we have with Oracle, that's enable us to go to the market to engage customer differently.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it, isn't it? Engaging customers, having a real relationship with them.
That's right.
Critical.
That's right.
Let's take a look at what AIM has been doing at FWD. We have a video to share with you about this digital platform that the team have created together with us here at Oracle. Can we roll the video, please?
FWD core mission is changing the way people feel about insurance.
And we are a very innovative, dynamic brand and really create a fresh customer experience through the use of digital technology. We operate in 8 markets and have over 2.6 million customers. We want to connect people, motivate them to push beyond their limits and live life to the fullest.
We co-innovated with Oracle, and we've been able to launch a brand new digital platform. It is an ecosystem designed around lifestyle, sport, and reward. The first application of the platform takes advantage of the soaring popularity for marathon runners. This includes an AI-based trainer to help motivate runners, while the use of blockchain helps users record certified results.
We should continue to innovate and leverage new technology and ecosystem to drive different business models so that we can keep up with the changing digital world and meeting our customer expectation.
Fantastic. You made me want to go marathon running now. I really need to work on my fitness and get the app. Thank you very much, Amy. We'll come back to you to talk a bit more about the platform. Richard, wonderful to have you here. You got an introduction yesterday from Loic. You're the founder and managing director of Applied Precision Medicine. Do you want to tell us a bit about the area you're focused on?
Yes, so
fascinating.
By way of background, precision medicine, by definition, is using our DNA background usually to increase the ability to diagnose and effectively treat people on a more personalised basis. So medicine today isn't that precise, so we are usually working with mostly the average kind of a treatment and drugs as they're developed. So over time, we are able to better increase the accuracy of being able to do that, improve people's lives from the perspective that they're going to get the right treatment, and in some cases, getting the wrong treatment can have a very detrimental effect. So ultimately, we work with the life sciences companies, and I note Andrew's point previously that innovation is something that doesn't happen with one person.
Right.
And in this space, because biology and medicine is so complex, it doesn't happen with one company.
Right. Yeah.
Or one research team.
Right.
So we view our customers as very much a collaboration. They develop some enormously complex science in order to do this work. And we are there to help them because the scientists aren't necessarily those that can take the test and get it into clinical use, which is what we ultimately will help them to do. So we will help them to develop their science and develop the tests and then take it all the way through to clinical trial and then through FDA approval, and then on after that you've got another problem, which is you're holding patient data. Right. So now it's HIPAA and GDPR and those kind of regulatory areas. So ultimately, we never take our eye off the fact that it is a customer, it's a patient at the end, not so much a customer, but it is a real person who is having a difficult time with disease, and we are trying to improve their lives. And in some cases, we can actually save people's lives through not taking a route which would have caused them to go downhill a lot further.
Gotcha. I remember in our discussions about sort of mapping the human genome, we were talking about the fact that the cost of mapping the genome has come down.
Yes.
But in fact, the analytics cost has still, until now, been incredibly high, and that's sort of been part of the reason that you've worked with Oracle around ADW, I understand.
That's right, yes. So when the human genome was first sequenced in the year 2000, it was like $3 million to do it. And that it works about 10 times faster than Moore's law. So now we're down to about $1,000, and we're 18 years in. So it used to be that it would cost you something like $5,000 to get your genome sequenced, and then the data came out, which was great. And now there was a $100,000 sequencing bill that you needed to do the analytics.
Yeah.
That has changed significantly. So now you get it sequenced for $1,000, and you can pretty much do all of it for under $2,000, depending upon the kind of DNA you're dealing with and what you're trying to ask of the data.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at Richard's business, APM, in his own words, in a video we've produced together. Let's go ahead and show the video.
So when it comes to treating disease, one size doesn't fit all, and that's one of the reasons for the high rates of medical errors, because treatments don't work on people, or they work and they have side effects. We can now create individual treatments down to the personal level, and that's due to our genetic approach. So we work with companies that develop these genetic algorithms, and it's very data intensive. So there's a huge amount of data that we generate from our human genome, and potentially we can generate up to around 1 terabyte per person. Autonomous Data Warehouse has enabled us to take our team of 6 people and do probably the work of double the team size these days, because we've just taken out all of those basic level functions. So what it means is that the patient will find increased quality of life at least, and in many cases we can actually save lives as a result of getting the more accurate treatment to the people who will respond to it.
Fantastic. Thanks, Richard. Have you got any advice for people that are deploying ADW? You've obviously used it to great effect in your business.
Yes, we were there at the beginning, and we actually realised the other day that it's about a year since they went through. So it was happy birthday to ADW. And we were there at the very beginning, and there was a cake, by the way. I was there. But fabulous technology, because that allows us to, when we take the companies that we're working with and deal with so differing amounts of data and differing security around that data. Some of it is patient-related, some of it is de-identified, and then we have their DNA data, for goodness sake. So we have to deal with so many things there. So ADW allows us to, we have multiple instances where we can use them for separate issues and separate research. So that helps us enormously. So the ability to not need to deal with patching, with the security side of it, is big for us, because we pass that on in terms of savings or money that then the investors in our customers can use to focus on the science.
Right.
And that is a much more leveraged use of those funds.
It helps achieve the results quicker, faster, and
quicker
more
and
secure
faster
way as well.
Yes, and more accurately. The big thing is accuracy, and we need enormous amounts of data to be able to train AI in the ways that it's needed with the massive DNA data to get it right.
Right.
So it takes a lot of work finding the right data to send through the AI and then get the outcomes that we're hoping for.
Great. Thank you, Richard. Amy, just coming back to you for a second. When you began working with Oracle, you were looking at AI and blockchain and how you could deploy some of these technologies. Do you want to tell us a bit about that journey, and what's kind of your perspective of how you want to use new technologies to help you achieve the business goals that you have at FWD?
Yeah, I talk about the different business model. So in insurance, in FWD, we continue to innovate and create, different product, different journey for customer. And when we talk about broad change, AI, clouds and all those, and we have to say that how are we going to leverage on all this technology and to create different business experience, different customer experience, and different products. So that's where we sort of met up with the Oracle Next, and it's a technology company, but we have the business knowledge and how we combine together and create something that is innovative, right, something that is different.
Yep.
So that is really, to let people feel different about insurance. So it's sort of aligned with our mission, but the most important is the partnership that we have.
Right. How did you do that? How did you galvanize that work internally within FWD? How did you get people excited about that?
Yeah, in FWD itself, we continue to have innovation, not just in the insurance space. It's the things around the insurance, the whole ecosystem, the way we work, the way we engage the customer, the way we actually, do multiple channel of touch point and things like that. And that's how, we see that our team in China, where the innovation idea lab itself is fantastic, because that is a space I would say that, is growing the fastest among all the country.
Yeah.
And we have, that's how we started with Oracle, right in China.
To do the thinking needed.
That's
to
right.
change the model.
The thinking, the concept, the idea,
right,
and then work together, and then get that idea across and put into reality.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you've been growing incredibly fast. So I think you're in 7 or 8 markets. Is that right with Grab Financial now?
8 countries in South.
8 countries now. Wow, fantastic. So you're a user of our ERP cloud solution. And I hope that that's helped you expand as fast as you have. But in your area, in the engineering teams, what are some of the challenges you've faced as you've grown the team and tried to match that pace of business growth and also meet your ambitions for what you want the business to be able to do?
Yeah. So we are a mobile-first company. Right? Most of our customers are not just mobile-first, but mobile-only. Right? So everything that we do, we got to make that service available on a mobile device, on a mobile phone. The challenges that we face are to build from scratch,
Right.
To build to scale, and to build for safety.
Yes.
Right? So these are the key elements of what we do. Some of the processes that we are trying to automate, for example, for a person to open an account, it's a fairly elaborate and expensive process. It takes time and effort. We are trying to make it something that can be done on a mobile device. You can do your KYC process on a device. You don't have to go to submit the documents. Right. You can upload the documents
KYC
online.
is know your customer, by the way.
Yeah, KYC is know your customer. And to provide it safely, we have the entire risk management system we call Grab Defense. And it's backed by an AI platform. So we constantly are training our algorithms and getting them ready to decide right for our customers, right?
Yeah.
So the mobile-first technology backed by an AI platform to personalize for our customers and provide them services reliably and safely, that's how it is helping our business. Yeah.
Now, how do you sponsor innovation in your own team? So you're leading all these incredible engineering personnel across many countries. So how do you personally drive that as a leader? What do you try to do to encourage them to bring their best to the table?
Yeah, I think we focus on the customers. I think that's the easiest way to prioritize when you're doing too many things.
Yep.
And not innovate just for the sake of it, but innovate where it really helps our customers.
Right.
So that is my drive. And we have R&D centers in many countries. We have 7 different R&D centers. Some of them are in Southeast Asia, in Singapore, in Jakarta, in Vietnam, in Kuala Lumpur. And as I go around and meet my teams, one thing that helps is the platform.
Right.
So we have a Grab platform, which is the underlying layer where we build all our services. And that is key to bring all the teams together.
Yep.
And with this Grab platform and the focus on the customers, I think helps us stay grounded and solve real problems for our customers.
Fantastic. You seem to be solving a lot of great problems very, very quickly, actually. I was just hearing about the Grab family as well. So if you want to take your children with you in a taxi with the right car seat, you need to come to Grab. Fantastic. So we're running out of time, unfortunately, but I would love to touch on technology just one more time as we go through. So Richard, what are your thoughts about, we've talked about AI in the context of genomics and bioinformatics. Are there some other areas that you're focused on in terms of new technologies and how you might be able to use them in that field?
So I think a lot of the technologies that Oracle are offering at the moment around security, the autonomous work helps us enormously because they're areas we would have to go and build some solutions in. We need to be able to trust what it is that's looking after our data. So that would be a very manual thing. The technology we're using around AI, we're using many different approaches to AI, and some work better than others within precision medicine and DNA data processing. So the algorithms we're implementing, sometimes we get better traction from one algorithm versus another.
Right.
We have found that in certain cases, and bear in mind that AI is maths, so at the end of the day we're looking at ways in which the data influences those algorithms and the maths such that it's a tool to us. So we are constantly trying to refine that tool to be more accurate across the board. So these tests that are often developed by these companies can be about 60% efficient, meaning it doesn't work in 40 people out of 100. So we bring that right up to pathology level, which is where we're at 90-odd% efficiency. So those are very important numbers because the ultimate test may actually be that a person will respond or non-respond to a drug. And the new immunotherapy drugs are in that category. Where they work fabulously, but they only work on 20% of people.
Right.
So being able to determine if the person is in the 20% or not before you go down that route is hugely important.
Hugely
And-
impactful for the customer and also financially
for
as well.
yeah, so for the patient, it's an enormous expense. It's about 100,000 to do that kind of a treatment. And, you know, for them, there's personal angst and there's a potential side effect that will be detrimental to them.
Right.
So normal chemotherapy versus immunotherapy then is a decision that can be taken on what we're doing. And it's the accuracy of the test that we're providing that helps that decision be made.
Yeah, we were talking about accuracy of clinical trials and sort of accuracy of medical applications in general, and you were telling me that apparently more people die from medical accidents
Yes,
than
that's
from
true.
cancer,
Yes.
which I find unbelievable.
That is true. So the estimates in the US have been, you know, around 200,000 people, and that's just short of the cardiac deaths, and it's above all the cancers.
So the accuracy of the data could not matter more. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
quite incredible. Yeah.
That's
Fantastic.
right. So we're hoping that precision medicine will also have an effect on medical errors in general, because better treatment and prescribing and predictability will also occur. Yeah.
Wonderful. It couldn't be more purposeful, as I say, and impacts all of our lives, I think. Amy, any last thoughts from you on sort of technologies that excite you as we go forward? You're continuing to try and reinvent insurance and reinvent FWD.
Yep, I would say that it's a journey. Innovations, digitization is a journey. And, we don't have time to share, but later on we'll talk more. And how the broad change technology, how we create the reward system around broad change and things like that. I'm quite excited to hear yesterday when Peter told me that there's an on-premise broad change, and things like that is continue to evolve. And I'm very sure that, if we find the right technology partner and we will be, continue to create a different customer experience.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yep.
Vikas, what's next for Grab Financial?
I think a lot more services to come. Like I said, it's an ecosystem that we are building, and we are planning for getting this population be included financially.
Fantastic.
From a technology perspective, I think a line probably on each of the three that is the rhythm, cloud and AI and blockchain.
Yep.
Cloud is what we live.
Yes.
There is no existence for us because it, for us, represents services.
Yes.
Services
And scale.
Yeah, which is for scale.
Yep.
And that represents modularity and maturity in our thought process. So I think this is essential. We are building a platform and a partner ecosystem, which is all integrated through services. So that's essential. It's backed by an AI platform, all personalization, risk management, KYC that I talked about, even mapping the roads in Southeast Asia. Right?
Yes,
it's
I
all
understand quite a lot of them aren't mapped, are they? Yeah.
So we are creating new entrance points and pickup locations based on the data sets that we have acquired over the years. Blockchain is an ecosystem. It's not one-player game, but like Emmy talked about, I think we are participating and working with various other financial institutions and partners and merchants to build an ecosystem where the distributed ledger can be trusted by multiple partners and can be used. So that's, I think, beginning to manifest, and I think there will be a point when more and more partners would have joined the bandwagon.
In that effort.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I'm sure you'll agree with me, 3 incredible companies that are really changing the future of business. So thank you all for joining me on our Your Tomorrow Today panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.